Have you ever noticed how some older men don't even try to impress younger women? Yet they somehow pull their attention without saying a word. No fancy clothes. No smooth pickup lines. Just presence. It's like they live by a different law of attraction. One written not in words, but in energy. Younger women can feel it before they understand it. And the secret isn't charm. It's depth. Because a man who's walked through pain, failure, and silence carries something magnetic, emotional gravity. Today, you'll learn 7 powerful flirting tricks older men use to attract younger women, not through manipulation but through mastery. Psychology explains it, Stoicism refines it, and women respond to it, often without realizing why. 1. The aura of emotional sovereignty. Younger men often try to win a woman's attention, older men simply allow it. And that difference, effort versus allowance, changes everything. A younger man seeks emotional validation. He needs to feel chosen to feel worthy. But an older man has already chosen himself. Psychologists call this emotional sovereignty, the state of owning your feelings instead of being owned by them. It's not indifference. It's inner control. A younger woman senses it instantly. She can tell he's not playing the usual emotional games because he doesn't need the outcome. He doesn't chase. He receives. When she pushes, he doesn't flinch. When she tests, he smiles. When she withdraws, he remains grounded. It's not arrogance, and it's peace. And peace in a world full of insecurity feels like power. A Stoic once said, "He who controls himself controls all." That's what she feels around him. Control that doesn't dominate, it anchors. 2. The quiet seduction of attention control. Most men give attention like children give candy, too fast, too often to anyone who smiles. Older men understand that attention is the rarest currency in the modern world. And what's rare is always valuable. When he speaks to a younger woman, he gives his attention fully, not constantly. That's the difference. He's not glued to his phone. He's not distracted by others. He listens, truly listen, but on his time, not hers. This behavior is rooted in selective reinforcement, a psychological principle where unpredictable attention increases attraction. It's the same mechanism behind why people get hooked on slot machines. They never know when the reward will come next. But here's the difference. The Stoic man doesn't use this to manipulate. He uses it to remain authentic. He gives attention as a gift, not as a bargain. And because of that, his attention feels like sunlight in winter rare, warm and unforgettable. She starts craving it not because he withholds it, but because he gives it meaning. 3. The power of refined playfulness. There's a kind of flirtation that younger men can't access, not because they lack looks or humor, but because they lack grace. Older men have lived long enough to understand one truth. You can't force connection. You can only invite it. So when they flirt, it's not with loud energy. It's with subtle playfulness. It's teasing without arrogance. It's humor without pressure. It's that slow, knowing grin that says, "I see you trying to read me." It's the perfectly timed pause before a witty remark that makes her lean in. Psychologists call this reciprocal mirroring, the ability to match and reflect someone's energy with gentle confidence. Younger women love it because it makes them feel safe and excited at the same time. He's not trying to be funny and he's being free. And freedom is the rarest form of attraction, because deep down, every woman wants to laugh. Not because a man is desperate for her approval, but because he's comfortable enough to create joy. 4. The mystery of presence without possession. You can't fake presence. It's either there or it's not. And older men carry it like perfume, invisible yet undeniable. When he talks, his body doesn't fidget. When she speaks, he looks directly, not with hunger, but with awareness. That level of attention is hypnotic because it's so rare. Younger women today are surrounded by men who look past them, at their phones, their own reflections or what's next. But an older man looks into them, and that difference feels sacred. Psychology calls this attentional anchoring. When someone feels truly seen and heard, their brain releases oxytocin, the same chemical tied to bonding and affection. But here's where the Stoic twist comes in. He doesn't use presence to possess her. He lets her be. He doesn't need to dominate her attention. He simply offers his mind and lets her come closer if she wishes. That lack of control is the ultimate control, because nothing captivates a woman more than a man who's at peace whether she stays or goes. 5. The depth of decisive calm. Have you noticed how younger men hesitate? They overthink, overanalyze, and over-apologize. Older men don't. When they decide on whether to speak, touch, or walk away, they do it with calm precision. No rush, no fear, no seeking permission. This is the psychology of decisive energy, the quality women subconsciously equate with leadership and safety, because when a man can act without hesitation, it signals internal certainty, and certainty is the rarest form of seduction. He doesn't ask, "Should I?" He simply knows when the moment is right. That's the Stoic approach, clarity over chaos. He doesn't control the outcome. He controls his conduct. And that kind of restraint, firm but not forceful, drives curiosity. Younger women can sense that decisiveness is not aggression. It's direction. And in a world where most men float between opinions, the man with direction becomes unforgettable. 6. The gravity of inner purpose. There's a silence older men carry, but it's not emptiness. It's meaning. You can hear it when they speak about their passions. You can feel it when they sit in stillness. A man without purpose chases. A man with purpose draws. Women are emotionally wired to feel a man's trajectory, not his achievements, but his clarity. Psychologists refer to this as goal orientation, resonance, and when someone's focus and purpose subconsciously inspire safety and admiration in others. A younger woman doesn't fall for the man himself. She falls for the direction of his life, because when she senses that his energy moves towards something greater, she naturally wants to move with him. Stoicism teaches that a man's true attraction comes from alignment, when his actions, words, and values point toward one unshakable truth. He knows who he is and why he's here, and that, in the modern age of confusion, is intoxicating. 7. The magnetism of peaceful non-attachment. The final and most powerful trait, the one that turns attraction into obsession, is non-attachment. You see, most men either cling or withdraw. The Stoic man does neither. He can enjoy connection without addiction. He can desire deeply but remain free. Psychologically, this is called secure independence. It's the balance between warmth and detachment, where you can give without losing yourself. He doesn't use love as leverage. He doesn't crumble when ignored. He doesn't chase closure because he already lives in it. Younger women find this paradox irresistible. They can feel his availability, but also his boundaries. They can sense his openness, but also his untouchable peace. Because nothing is more powerful than a man who can love without fear and walk away without bitterness. That kind of calmness burns deeper than any lust, and it creates respect. And respect, once earned, evolves into desire. The hidden truth behind all 7 tricks. At their core, none of these are tricks. They are reflections of maturity. Stillness is not performance. Selective attention is not manipulation. Playfulness, decisiveness, purpose, these are not tactics. They are outcomes of a man who has mastered himself. The real secret older men carry is not experience, and it's energy awareness. They know that women don't fall for words. They fall for how those words feel. They don't fall for muscles or money. They fall for masculine peace. Because in a world of noise, the calm man becomes the loudest presence. When you've lived long enough, you stop trying to win women. You start embodying what women naturally want to follow. Stability, presence, depth. That's the essence of Stoic flirting. It's not conquest. It's communion. It's not manipulation. It's magnetism born from peace. So if you want to attract younger women the way older men do, stop chasing her attention. Start mastering your energy. Build stillness, refine your humor, know your purpose, and let go of outcomes. Because when you stop needing her to complete you, that's when she feels you the most. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.